Good day everyone, thank you for joining me once again. If you listen to this music, my name is Nick and we're looking at Egghead to the Rescue, or Egghead 2 as it says there. Both of those are correct. It's the sequel to the original Egghead, which we recently reviewed. This one's been published by Crash Magazine in 1990, issue 83 if you're interested, written by Jonathan Cauldwell. Now the first game, Egghead from 1989, was single screen. You had to collect items to get to the next one. This one is more linear, more exploration, so I suppose a little bit of the difference, like Manic Miner to Jet Set Willy, that sort of idea. The character is the same, he's not doing any somersaulting here, so collect all the items on all the screens to complete the game in whatever order that you want. Now this isn't about expert gameplay, you know this, don't you? If you've been at the channel at any sort of like distance, it's about seeing how you would have found the game in your first or second go. So it's not a commercial release, it's doing very well at playing the music and move smoothly at the same time. There's quite a few Egghead games. Most of them I'd say have to be regarded as homebrew now because they come out after the year 2000. Let's just see where we are. It's nice sprites there. It's moving quite smoothly, although a little bit flickery in places. It is an improvement over the original Egghead as well, so hats off to Jonathan Cauldwell. It's more open. Will I complete this? I don't know. If you've completed it back in the day, then let me know as well. Now as usual, what I always say, please consider subscribing if you're liking the videos. That helps me continue. There's lots and lots of content on the channel. We try and review everything ever. Will we ever do it? Well, who will? Yes. They're all there in a playlist, zxspectrum. If you want to get there, click my username, takes you to the channel page, click on playlist tab, and Spectrum's there, along with all the other goodies that we are looking at too. I will try and give you as much as I possibly can, so thank you for watching the videos. There's lots of competition about the place, so appreciate that you clicked on this one. And massive thank you to the members. We're building up a bit of a community now, so thank you there. Reviewed two other Egghead games. One is Egghead, the other one was just like a homebrew called Christmas Cracker. We had to rescue members of the Euro gaming team, whoever they were. Nice flame there, would like to see it moving a little bit, but it's not doing so. But the Egghead 2, it says on the top right there, that is flickering as well, which is a nice effect there. It's like a shimmering. Egghead 2, or Egghead to the rescue, and he's trying to rescue everyone. Well, is he rescuing everyone? He's rescuing people that have lost these things. Oh dear, you lost all their lives there. You might have seen at the beginning I was redefining my own keys, which is a nice touch. So yeah, a good advancement over the original game, it has to be said. The next one in the series is called Egghead in Space. We might have to review that on a Thursday somewhere in the future. Now I've reviewed a few of them, I'm determined to review all of them. Before I started looking at these games, I thought maybe they'd be similar to Dizzy, but they're not similar to Dizzy. They're picking up items and then taking to a certain place and exchanging it. It's just a collecting items sort of game. Influence, one has to be said, like all of them were, Manic Miner. And even these ledges here, they look a bit Manic Miner or Jet Set Willy-ish. A little bit annoying if you fall a certain distance, you die, but that's like all these particular games. Would like, I always say this, would like to see room names on each section. That always lifts it for me. This hasn't got that, so never mind. But I do get a sense that the game is doable. I'll try and show you as many screens as I possibly can, but I will remind you it's dodgy gameplay, nonsense chat. We're stress busting as much as we can. This channel is a departure from reality, so we want to ditch normal reality away. All your stress is behind, and while you're watching these videos, you're somewhere else. You're a kid, you're having a much better time, maybe. The other game we reviewed today, if you watch these live as they go up, because it's here Saturday, was Helicopter, a game much different to this, produced in a year unknown, and it's a little bit glitchy, but have a look at that too. It's a very different game to this, but it's all about seeing the different genres. I think this game would have annoyed me a bit as a kid, but it's something you would have stumbled across on a magazine tape. And magazine tapes are always very exciting, seeing what you would get on there, and as magazine cover tapes go, this is a pretty good one to have got. I think my favourite one I ever saw was Batty, a bat and ball game. It wasn't quite, well, was it as fun as this? It was a tricky one. Bum 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 bum. The graphics on this remind me of just as slightly as Micro Gem. You see, Eggheads, I mean, Dizzy was an egg. This guy doesn't look like an egg. He looks like an egg by the top bit, the top graphic, but the actual movement, he looks like some crazy guy that's maybe grown up next to a nuclear facility, which has maybe got leaking plutonium, which is infected into the water supply. If you are an egg which is badly deformed because of plutonium leaking into the water supply, then comment below. Help me. So we need to rescue that person by collecting all the keys, I presume. So I think we've seen the whole map now. We've seen the whole map. It's a doable game. It's not got millions of screens. It's got few though. Collect all the keys, then presumably get to that fella there, and everyone is rescued. Hooray! Quite often it's about rescuing people, these Egghead games. Not to get confused with the TV show Eggheads, now on Channel 5 I think. Used to be on the BBC. Now on Channel 5 it's like a quiz show with you versus a team of Eggheads. If you've been on that, then comment below. What is your quiz name as well? Think of your quiz team name, nothing rude folks. Who's left all these keys everywhere? That's I'd like to know. So what can you say about this game so far then? Well, it's as expected. It moves a bit smoother than Egghead, in my imagination. It's a good expansion of Egghead's exploration rather than single screen, and I much prefer that. It's got a level of addictiveness to it. I do feel like if I had the time I would want to go back. There's no colour clash there, that's cleverly done. The character goes behind the scenery there. Good music playing all the way through. There's no obvious slowdown. So it's good work from Jonathan Cauldwell, who produced a number of high quality games, it has to be said, the way that they are coded. Good stuff, and it makes me want to look forward to the rest of the Egghead games. If you've already played them all, you've got a head start on me. Put your favourite Egghead game in the comment section below. I love reading your comments, and it just adds a bit of activity. We're keeping it fun here, baby. But I didn't know whether to say Baby, Buddy, or Big Nose. There must be a name that's Buddy, Baby, Big Nose. Yeah. Anyway, that'd be a good game, wouldn't it? A zxspectrum game called Buddy, Baby, Big Nose. Excellent. Get working on that. Do. It's like pause as you go from screen to screen with the music, that's to be expected. But it does continue from where it left off. It's not starting A again. Be good to have a game editor of this one, wouldn't it, really? Right, so I don't know where we are. Maybe in a building, in a house, somewhere or other. Go, Egghead, go! He must be getting quite old now, this fellow. Eggheads of Doom hasn't had an HD remake as far as I'm aware on the PS5. Why would it? That'd be quite tricky. Could work as a phone game maybe. Jumping around. I think we've seen all the screens we can do now, so it's just down to my own skills if we complete it or not. And look, but judging by that, we're not going to complete it, are we? You might be tempted to have a go at this. If you want to download it, you can get a free copy if you're emulating it from a site called Spectrum Computing. I give them a lot of shout-outs. They don't give me any, but what would you expect? I think they only give you a shout-out if you actually produce a game. It's like an archive, really, and they do a fantastic job, as do well to Spectrum there, but Spectrum Computing are slightly better for me, but they're very, very similar. Right, okay, both keeping the idea of the zxspectrum alive, and that's good to hear. It's good to see. Spectrum Next as well. People still producing zxspectrum homebrews. It's a great scene at the moment in 8-bit technology. 8-bit. Who'd have thought it, eh? zxspectrum 1982, I think 48k rubber one anyway. And now, time recording, this is 2023, although this game came out in 1990. Games still being produced every single week of the year, it seems. Bom 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 bom. What's this tune? I should know it. I think they play it in Lemmings on the Commodore Amiga as well. Is it the Can? Do. It is the Can, isn't it? Do. It is the Can. Well, I've never known an egg to do the Can, but you know, it might do. I'm not wishing them 100% of the time. Oh, that's a good move by me. Look at that. Oh man, and I died early there. Curses. Game's alright. It blends into all the others. It's not a standout game, but it's doable. And as cover tapes go, it's pretty special in that regard. I don't think I'm being unfair there. I think I'm being as kind as I can do. I've already mentioned the non-colour clash, which is quite useful. Score is in the top right if you want to keep an eye on that. We get points every time we hit an object. Don't know how many objects there are. I presume we're getting 10 points for every object we collect, are we? Or maybe every screen we look at as well. Yes. So the one thing you have to watch is falling down too far. Good animation on that wheel going backward and forward. There's not a great deal of things that can kill you. It's quite a gentle game. Expert platformer game players will probably rip through this in just 1 or 2 sittings. I'm not an expert super player, but anyway. Oh, and I've died again. Yeah, overall I quite like that game. I want to see the other Egghead games too, so I would recommend that one as cover tapes go. It's one of the better ones. Good production values on this too, so hope you liked having a look at that game. That was Egghead to the Rescue, or Egghead 2 if you want, published by Crash Magazine in 1990, issue 83, and written by Jonathan Cauldwell. If you've got any comments about this game, similar games, or anything retro, then by all means put that in the comment section below. You're always more than welcome. Until next time, take great care of yourself and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.